He beat me fair and square there. That was unreal. I can't get Jack off the helm. Like, he just loves it out there. What is going on here? It's a double rainbow now. There's another one. This is ridiculous.
I'm Elena and this is Riley. And this is our home, La Vagabond. We've been sailing around the world for the last 6 years now, and recently it's like we're seeing everything for the first time through a new set of eyes. This is our little boy Lenny. Click the subscribe button to join our voyage every Monday.
We are currently 10 days into our Atlantic crossing, and I'd been receiving weather updates recently that looked like we could be expecting some strong winds. It had been building in most of the weather models, and we were supposed to get some gusts into the region of maybe 30 knots, which would certainly make this section of our trip a little sporting.
What speed were we just doing, Riley? 17.2 at a surf, but I'd say we're doing probably average 12 at the moment. But what's the problem? There's a squall coming.
May as well be on another planet this morning, wearing these shoes, surrounded by snow. It's like, yeah, out of this world. What is it called? What am I doing?
We're doing snowshoeing.
I'm snowshoeing this morning. How are you this morning, Sophia?
I'm feeling really good.
Good.
It's been a very slow morning, but we made it.
Yeah.
Very proud. Good luck, Tom.
Ciao. Come here. So we made it to the top. Tom is continuing on. He's a mad dog. He's going to go up that mountain and around the other side and ski down. And he said he'll probably beat us. Which
I'm sure he will.
And this is a ski resort which isn't working. Usually there's like hundreds, thousands of people here.
Yeah, it feels like a ghost town.
It's a ghost town. And there's wolves.
And the
eerie
swamp.
vibes.
And now we're just by ourselves.
Yeah.
No
we are
Tom to
literally
protect us.
by ourselves.
Only these
So,
two sticks.
Yeah. And now we're going to walk down all that. So proud. That was a really good climb. All right, let's do it.
It has been a champagne day of sailing, and I can't get Jack off the helm. Like, he just loves it out there. I think he's been out there for probably 7 hours today. The battery bank is nearly full because we haven't used the autopilot, and I've got to like lure him inside with food. So I'm like, hey man, do you want maybe I'll make some tomato and avocado and stuff? And he's like, oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. So Jack has been keeping a log. He's very fastidious, that man, of everything, including our temperatures. And that's for COVID. So Elena is organising exit there and entry here into Antigua. It's unclear as to whether or not we'll have to quarantine, but it looks like we won't have to. And it looks like she won't have to either, but she might. And for her, it like depends what hotel she's at, because she'll be there for 1 day before we get there. Ding! I said, ding! That'll hold it. That'll stop it from going. Yeah! What are you doing down here, Andre?
Looking for broken stuff.
Daily checks? Is there any broken stuff?
We might have some coolant leaking, but other than that, all good.
What are you checking, Jack?
Just doing a rig inspection, going around the shrouds, just checking for any missing split pins, frayed standing rigging, any chafing on any of our lines, gooseneck, stuff like that.
Very good.
Making sure the boat's not falling apart.
Yeah.
It's not, it's good.
So I think that 3 times during my North Atlantic crossing, like in the middle of the night, I heard a ding, ding, ding on the deck, and I was just like, oh no, something's fallen out of the rigging. And then you got to locate the piece, figure out what it was, and make sure it's not too serious. But anyway, that's why you got to always do your checks. Stuff like that just happens on a passage. I mean, it's going to happen. That's what we do every day. Go around and just check everything.
I loosened the lazy jacks.
Speaking of lazy jack. Oh, I've been waiting to use that.
Just so that they're not chafing on the lee side of the mainsail.
So that's these lines here causing a bit of chafe on the mainsail. So what's happening? We are surfing down a wave. Just got a squall here, which is good because it's knocked us back on course a lot more. Jack's having a nap. We've had a pretty good day. Got a lot of boat jobs done this morning, so that was good. Just rolling home.
I knew it, this was going to hit us.
What did you get the other night?
18.5.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I was at the helm for that one. So you and I have got equal top at 18.5.
The sunset didn't help. Makes everything more grey.
Yeah, more gloomy. A rainbow landing literally 50 metres in front of us. I've never seen it. It's coming straight down. And it's a double rainbow now. There's another one. And this is ridiculous. And we're sailing straight into 2 pots of gold. This is ridiculous. Look at that. That's epic. Double rainbow. Peace and beauty in the rainbow over here. And then Mother Nature's brutality and raw strength over here. What is going on here? 1 and 2.
Jack, can you get the gaff?
Yeah, mate. Do you have 2 fish or 1 massive one?
No, it's 2 fish.
Ooh. And a squall.
Lawns on my face now. I've been through a weather, yeah. Long days in the sun. No sunlight or moonlight. I wouldn't change a thing now. Not even the hard times. The soul loves a lesson, yeah. You take it when you get it now. And let the sound drown it out, yeah. Will it, you move, no matter.
Yeah. 21-5. He beat me fair and square there. That was unreal.
Left from your lungs, and I do my best to stop them. Shut left from your lungs, and release all of your problems.
Hey, it's me again. How random that Lenny and I are in the snow while the boys cross the Atlantic. If you had have asked me what I thought I'd be doing right about now 2 months ago, I would not have thought it'd be this. It was the best decision for me to miss this crossing and let the boys be boys at sea. Ain't nobody gonna be hauling my pregnant ass across no ocean. And to be honest, I really needed some girl time anyway. Sledding was fun, but probably the highlight of my day was late at night when the kids went to sleep and Sophia and I watched a TV series, ate ice cream and talked about girly things. Just perfect.
This is what happens when Elena is gone. What you're doing, how old you are, and for how long have you been cooking cake?
Hi, my name's Jack. I'm 31 years old, and this is probably the 4th cake I've ever made. No, it's at least the 5th.
I've never heard of putting lemon in a cake.
No, that's in the tuna.
Oh.
We have some flour, baking soda. We've got some sugar here that I'm melting with some butter. Got some organic oats and some very, very, very ripe bananas that need eating.
This is pretty exciting, mate. So you've made an alfoil cup. Okay.
Is it good?
Yes, Jack, you did a very good job. Thanks, mate. I wanted to speak with everyone about the last Atlantic crossing that I did with Elena because it's been going through my head a lot. More specifically, the part where I thought that I'd broken my neck. And more specifically, again, afterwards, the comments that we received after we'd put that video online. So years and years ago, I did break my neck. I did get spinal surgery in Brazil. And it was, I guess in the end, it was fairly traumatic if you look at your life as a whole. But I couldn't move my left arm, and then the same thing happened again. I fell over and I hit the table here, and it was like, we're so far from anywhere. And last time I needed spinal surgery, so when that happened on the Atlantic crossing, my whole world just came crashing down. The exact same thing happened, the same pins and needles came down my arm. So last time in Brazil, my C6 popped out and twisted and my C7 cracked. And then the nerve that goes in between them was damaged but not severed, which is really good. I've now got full movement in this left arm, which is good. The numb parts aren't numb anymore, and the muscles that deteriorated because the nerves were damaged that led to those muscles have all sort of got back to normal again. But I damaged it quite badly on that Atlantic crossing, just in the middle of nowhere, and that's, if the backpacking incident in Brazil was a disaster, then the Atlantic crossing with Elena and another potential broken neck was just, I don't know, one step up from a disaster, a catastrophe, a DEFCON 7 international catastrophe. And then, yeah, the comments that we got, I'm a human being, so I can go through 1,000 comments, and then if I get one that's a bad one, I'm like, God damn. Especially if it's well written or they've got a point. If they're just a crazy person, I'm like, whatever. So, yeah, people questioned whether or not we were putting that on for show or hamming it up for the cameras, both of which is just ridiculous. Elena didn't even want to film, and I was like, if I'm going to go through this again, we're going to get some views out of this. No, I don't know. I think that's good. Ultimately, if you're a professional doing your job, that's when you've got to pull the camera out. So, to our credit, we did after, it became clear that we couldn't do anything to actually help ourselves. Let me read you some of these comments. So this is crazy. Brian wrote a comment I haven't seen here. I just saw his name before and I wanted to say,
This guy actually wrote in after this and said, hey, if you guys want some online medical assistance, I'll be your sort of remote doctor. So we've got in touch with him about Lenny's allergies and like cuts and bruises and my broken neck and all sorts of stuff. So I don't know if we've ever thanked you online or if we're allowed to, Brian, but thanks, man. Like, I know we don't keep in contact very regularly, but when we are, it's very important to me. Yeah, he just saves us having to take the tender to shore, get a, like, walk to somewhere to ask someone where the taxis are to get a taxi to the emergency room to say, what's this weird thing on Lenny's arm? He saved us, like, weeks of heartache. So I went through, I must have deleted them. There's not so many bad comments, but there were at the time, and people were like saying that I was hamming it up. I must have gone through and done a seriously big cull because I remember you guys. The general comments were, especially at the end of the first video, people were saying, like, how dare you leave us on a cliffhanger, this isn't a soap opera, or this is a soap opera, was even worse. But we were making videos, so 7 days later we brought out the next one, and then people were like, you're putting it on, this is all, like nothing actually happened, like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this for clicks, and yeah, it was pretty disappointing. Let us know what you think about all that in the comments. That was a really raw time for us. Elena would still be probably a little bit traumatised by that. We don't often talk about it when there's been things that have happened since, that heightened sense of not having control of your situation and fear and anxiety that she's had since then could probably be traced back to a few different things and maybe that moment. But very, like, an incredible thing to have happened, and we've got a little bit of it on film, and there are a couple of interesting videos if you want to check them out.